Main event of Action Clash 102 underway as Big Dave, the biggest man alive, taking on the, in his own words, the real biggest man alive, Big Kerry.
Well, not exactly what he said, but what he said was not safe for TV.
Well, no,
so I kept that one to myself, much to the probably detriment of my health after this episode is over.
Do you need me to walk you to your car again?
Probably be a good bet because the words that came out of Kerry Awfulas' mouth right there, well, let's just say they were awful.
It's on brand, if anything. Beautiful headlock takeover there from Awful, though. You know, and this is something that we've seen throughout this night full of surprises. We got another cover here from Big Dave. Something we've seen a lot throughout this night is these not so much up-and-comers, but people who are very much early on in their career. Big Dave's
looking to prove himself.
Probably the biggest up-and-comer in all of New South, if not just the Southeast, going against veterans, as we see Big Dave just a few years into his career taking on Kerry Awful, who has been around the block a couple of times, and he's got the T-shirt to tell you about it. We saw the same thing when Jameson Shook took on Donnie Primetime earlier, not to mention Chris Crunk on behalf of ADS taking on the helm. This has very much been a proving ground episode for the younger competitors here in New South.
Now a test of strength in the center of the ring between the two self-proclaimed biggest men in the world.
Oh, I'm about to find out just how big Kerry really is.
And you know this has to feel great for Big Dave after the history that the Carnies and BDSM have been through. Multiple tag team battles, and of course, it was really the Carnies going after negatively now, positively at the time, that really began to plant the seeds of distrust and BDSM and really started to drive the wedge between the two friends.
Yeah, and it seems like Dave has still very much got that bone to pick with Kerry Awful and to another extent Nick Iggy, who is not here tonight. But singles action right now for Big Dave, who has been very much probably the biggest rising star in this promotion.
The powerhouse Dave makes the cover. And the veteran
Kerry Awful's been in the ring with, I mean, I don't even need to bother giving you guys a list. You know him. If you've ever heard of a wrestler, Kerry Awful's probably wrestled them. This guy has wrestled some of the best talent across some of the biggest promotions in the entire world. So much, just a wealth of knowledge from Kerry Awful, and you would hope he would use that knowledge for good here in New South. I think that Big Dave could learn a lot from Kerry Awful, but Kerry Awful's not really in a teaching mood, at least not teaching the lessons that these young stars need to learn. Right teaching now. Some dirty words, apparently.
Very dirty words. I will take those to my grave. Dave, they're going to be learning a lot about battle here tonight as he slugs it out with Kerry Awful. The big man was going for an up and over.
But the other big man went for a really big shotgun drop kick and got every single bit of it. Kerry Awful, like we said, you know, normally, yes, we do see him here in tag team competition, and that is, I would argue, has been his bread and butter throughout his career. But Kerry Awful, do not sleep on him as a singles competitor. There is a reason this guy has lasted as long as he has in the professional wrestling industry, and that's because he can do just about anything between these ropes, and you see that right there, taking out the legs of Big Dave.
Nightmare takeover. Now, penalty kick to the spine.
That hurts quite a lot. It's a pain that is very hard to describe. It just completely sends a bone-chilling feeling all up your entire spine, those penalty kicks. And just scoop slams aplenty from Kerry Awful. Goes for a third, and he gets it. If he's anything, he's consistent.
Right now he's basking in the applause of the crowd, or at least the applause he's hearing in his head.
I think I saw two people clapping.
It's going to be hard-pressed to turn this crowd against Big Dave here tonight.
The submission locked in now, but...
Thought first going for a toe hold a la the late, great Terry Funk, but now has it positioned more like a figure four, doesn't have the leg all the way over. Again, not the best vantage point from where we are at.
As fans have piled in tonight here at the Singing River Brewery here in Florence, Alabama for fan appreciation. But to your point, Big Dave, I would say it's surprising, but you know what? Nothing much about Big Dave surprises me anymore. Everybody, everywhere that we go, loves the big man, and we have seen that every single town that we've been in as he eats these lashes now from the gargoyle Kerry Awful. But it's going to take a hell of a lot more than that to keep the big man down.
Big right forearm from the biggest man alive.
Spits in the face of Big Dave. And that looked like that upset the big man.
Certainly has fired up the CEO of BDSM since '99.
Wind him up.
Oh, caught. Oh, payback.
Big Dave can give just as easily as he can take.
The crowd coming alive now for Big Dave. Really one of the quickest rising homegrown stars probably in New South history.
I would say, at least during my time here in the company.
I look back at the 8-year history of New South and some of the names that have come through and really made their presence felt here. Or think of like a young Tyler Matrix coming in, earning his stripes here, becoming world champion. Fall away slam from the second rope. Cover made. Can he get him over? Can he get him over? He got him.
Is this going to be enough? Just a 2 count.
Talking about how he reminds me of the young Tyler Matrix and how fast he's risen. But the strength there on display reminds me of an Odinson, our first ever New South heavyweight champion.
And that's a thing about Big Dave right there, and I believe that has been something that has very much worked to his advantage. Big Dave is he is a wealth of knowledge. He opens up and he accepts teachings from everywhere, even people that aren't directly teaching Big Dave. He is very much a student of the game, and you see that. I mean, look no further than the old school presentation of this man who's only since '99. Big Dave learns every single time he gets in that ring, and we're going to have to see how much he's learned if he's going to try to take out the gargoyle.
Going for a pile driver. Dave blocks. Like you mentioned, a student of the game, big lariat.
Biggest lariat alive, goes for the cover.
That was it.
Here's your winner,
what has got to be the biggest win of Big Dave's young career here tonight. Main event of Action Clash Fan Appreciation Night. They call him the Breeze, and tonight you can call him the victor.
Unbelievable, and I should not be surprised about anything that the big man does, because he is proving that he is just that damn good, and he proved it once again tonight against none other than one half of the Carney's former tag champions, the Gargoyle Kerry Awful.
Well, folks, that is going to do it for us here tonight. New South Pro Wrestling Action Clash. Want to thank you so much for tuning in and joining us right here on Action Clash. On behalf of myself, Carmen Michael, and the lovely Rob Weathers, thank you for watching.